My car's off the road at the moment, so today's ride is a local bimble on quiet roads, bridleways, woodland trails and old railway lines. Heading out of Billingham, we cross the A19 and soon turn off into farmland. This is horse country, with lots of stables and riding schools. Coming off the road at this white farm, we pass the car park and get a look out over where we're going to be riding next. We'll be coming up from the left, along the valley, before getting muddy on a bridleway and up towards Thorpe Thewles. This section, known as the Rocky Road or Stony Bank, is probably the best bit of the entire ride. It's very reminiscent of the Lake District, steeper than it looks, rocky with several small drops and plenty of water. A good tip would be not to go through that bush, but if you get your lines right, it's a very rewarding section that you can actually go really quite fast on with a bit of practice. All too soon, we reach the end of the Rocky Road and have a choice of turning left and go up to Norton via Station Road, or turn right and follow a bridleway that may or may not be rideable in the winter. We're going to turn right here and climb up out of the valley. It might look like you're heading into someone's garden, but trust me, you're on the right track. Keep going through this yard and you're out into what used to be Norton Golf Course. These old fairways are on a ridge and furrowed field system from the Middle Ages, and you can see where the green was in front of those trees at the bottom. Bearing right, the bridleway meanders through a wooded section which can be sloppy in the winter and overgrown in the summer. When you get through onto the field, keep right and it should be always just about rideable. Get round the corner and it's a straight run across the very muddy field, onto the farm road and back out onto Blakeston Lane. If we had taken the road up into Norton, we would have gone along Junction Road and turned right, but that's quite busy and it's always better and safer to be off-road. You can climb up from the visitor centre at Thorpe Thewles from Blakeston Lane, but be warned, it is a short, very steep climb. Carry on round the bend, under the A177, and we'll soon be back in the mud. You can carry on straight up this road to miss out this next section if you want. There are loads of solar farms popping up all over the place at the moment. Great for short-term renewable energy, not so promising for long-term food production. We're going to ride along the edge, then turn right on the old railway line. Down to the left you can cycle from Stockton or over the Tees Barrage from Middlesbrough, carrying on northbound as far as Sunderland if you wish. Back in the day, there was a viaduct here that took the railway over Durham Road. It was demolished in the 1970s, leaving us two ways of getting down. This is the easy way, a narrow but still interesting trail with off-camber sections, corners and a drop-off to the right. The other way down is straight down, and I mean almost literally. You do need to approach slowly as it starts steep, and then going over the edge, it gets even steeper and looser. You can ease off the brakes near the bottom and wiggle through the concrete pilings, but first time down, I would really recommend caution as you can easily get caught out. Crossing Thorpe Beck, we emerge back onto the road into Thorpe Thewles. There's a couple of pubs, the Hamilton Russell Arms and the highly recommended Vane Arms and its great beer garden. The other side of the valley is punchy, but not quite as steep as the south side. These used to be proper steps, but the section was decommissioned, probably because families would come along and then be met with this very tricky section. So you must go straight back down again, but it's well worth testing your climbing and descending technique on this little bit. Here you can go straight up to the visitor centre, but turn right under where the trail was cut off and you have a little single track section through the woods. It's not exactly downhill, but it's definitely the better option. Coming out the woods, we go up past the kids' play area, which looks really good, and there's also a planetarium observatory here too. How cool is that? The old station house has been converted into a tea room, and it can get very busy here at the weekend. Opening hours are limited during the winter, so check if it's going to be open when you visit. It's also a great place for a muddy bike photo opportunity. It's a very easy ride along the trail, making it very popular with families, and there's a few beautiful old bridges too, which add to the character of the line. The walkway near the visitor centre can be very busy, so if I'm heading the other way, I normally turn off here and do the Grindon Loop. There's a farm double track with a fast descent before a nice single track towards the end. You will need to do a short road section towards the visitor centre, but it's a really good option. When you reach the A6 at 8-9, you can head back through Brierley Wood. The main trail carries on to the left, but turn up here for a little bonus. I come along clearing the brambles a few times a year, so I have a soft spot for this little used section I call the Horseshoe Trail. It's fast, narrow fun in the summer, but even winter mud is a great alternative to cruising the Forest Road. The far end of the horseshoe is a really fast plummet, but watch out for the sharp left here. The return leg of the trail can be really sloppy, so isn't always rideable. But today has been frosty, so it's actually not bad at all. And that's that. The whole trail is only about 600 metres long, and it pops out, 40 metres from where we started? But if it's not too muddy, definitely give it a go. Heading down Brierley Drive, we have a crossroads. Turn left for a bridleway past Pickett's Meadow, which is only rideable during the summer. Turn right for a slightly less muddy bridleway, but it doesn't really go anywhere, so you're going to have to come straight back down again. Today we're carrying on down the drive, which does have a very nice fast bit at the end, but be prepared to slow down for deer or walkers, and if you can have a clear run, it's the fastest section of the entire ride. Back onto the mail trail up past the ever-expanding Wynyard towards the A689, cross over the bridge, and after a few yards, turn off onto the old rail bed again. Heading up towards Hurworth Burn, there are 3 dips where there used to be bridges. The first one is gated, so you have to slow right down. But the second and third are wide open, and you can go as fast as you dare. Going northbound, the third dip is the fastest. This is the platform of Hurworth Burn Station. It's a good place to have a rest and watch the birds, sheltered out the wind, or you can stay here forever if you wish. And this is the view over the reservoir, a very popular spot with the local twitchers. If you like these types of trails, have a look at Lee's Trail Mix channel. Based in County Durham, he travels the land, an eye ever open for some fun, and a secret bivvy spot on his bikepacking adventures. Give him a like and a follow. This is the middle of the 3 dips, and southbound, it's the fastest of all. There is a lovely car park north side of the 689, but if you're parking here at night, be very careful where you point your headlight. You might see more wildlife than you expected. From here, you can get to Wynyard 3 ways. Down the main road, which is quick but dangerous. There's a nice but frequently unrideable trail alongside the main road. Or there's a very boring gravel trail which leads you into the village. Once on the main road through Wynyard, keep an eye out for Brierley Drive on your left. And there's a single track which is a lot nicer than going past all the posh houses. And we have now reached 250 subscribers. So thanks to everyone that has joined the channel. Please carry on liking and commenting on the videos. It really helps getting YouTube to put them out there to other bimblers. Your support really means a lot. And it's a big motivation to get out there when it'd be so easy to vegetate during the winter. Take this left for one more nice section across the Wynd and follow the trail till you get to the A689. Cross over and you can ride alongside the verge until you get to the A19. From there it's through Wolverston and down Mill Lane back home. And that's it. Not the most exciting ride, but much better than sitting at home. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for something just a little bit different.